Okay, I'm recording.
You're recording? Alright, so I'm taking off the doors, taking the screws out. Here. One door at a time. This cabinet's going to be a little bit shorter inside than it was before, but it is going to be on casters, so it'll be able to be moved around. This thing is going to fall. Alright, door one's gone. I'm going to say these doors so that I know how to put them back, but really I'm just going to put a piece of plywood, sand the edge around, and to make it easier, and then, or smoother. This is it's roughly a 1/2 inch piece right here, the door. The plywood that we have is 5/8 though, so it's going to be a little heavier. And we're going to have
Great, a recording of your head.
only 2 doors instead of 4. So I'm not sure how that's going to work with the hinges that were bought for this, but that was an executive decision that was not my own. Did not have all of the measurements for this cabinet yet, and I did not have, I had a list, but it didn't have all of the explanation in the list. I wasn't the one that wrote the list, so I'm not sure if we have everything we need for it. This nasty cabinet. If you'll videotape the inside of that, including the back, to see where all the nastiness is. This is what's here now. I'm going to measure it inside. Because this base is going to sit on top of a frame, a wooden frame that I'm going to lap the corners, lap joint it, and I'm going to put casters on it. The casters are going to kick it up about a 1/2 inch higher off the ground on the side than it is from this overhang here. So I'm just going to shorten the piece on the side. Overall, when I get done, this should be a very sturdy piece. The casters are 250 pound rating, so it should be able to hold the 16 pieces of full 2x4s that were used for the butcher block. Notice this butcher block was 16 pieces, and they were drilled straight through and a dowel rod put in and then sanded down. Note for future reference, because I would love to have a butcher block countertop. Alright, almost got the doors loose. These plastic corners here were put in with what looks like just staples, so it's not really sturdy at all. It's not really holding anything. And all of this wood is pressed board, and over time has gotten wet and become more and more damaged, soaked up more and more liquid on the floors. So that's why we're going to have to get rid of it, because it's, at this point, the whole thing was not able to hold the weight of the butcher block countertop that's on it, that was on it. So it has to come off. Alright, last of the 4 doors is gone. Go. Alright. So now I'm going to take out the centerpiece and measure it. I'm going to use this. You know what? I'm probably going to wait. Give me just a second. Let me take this loose first. We'll see if I can get these corners off. There we go. I'm not going to reuse them, but I thought they might be a good blocking piece. I'm putting the cabinet together. What a mess. That's probably not going to work. This piece right here.
Would you like to use the mallet for that?
It's a good choice, honey. I'm sure not gonna be able to get most of this loose anyway. So let's measure from the floor up down this side here, because I'm gonna have to take the side loose. This side from the base to the top that the countertop sits on is 32 inches.
Which is like 8 feet, right?
No, it's like 2 feet 8 inches. See?
Oh, right.
32 inches from the base to the top. That's how high that needs to be in order to keep it with this one. And then from front to back, full front, including the facial pieces, is 28 inches. Minus the facial pieces, just because the facial on our mine is going to be different. I'm going to put the face directly attached to the plywood itself. We're using real plywood. We're not using junk. Not using press board this time. So it's 27 1/8 inch. 27 1/8 inch to the actual cabinet interior. You know what? That's not right. For the side wall itself is 27 1/8 inch. It's not to the interior because this is kicked out. So you double check that here. Right there is going to be a little different though. This one's going to be, because notice this is inset to hold the back piece. So this middle piece is cut to fit. And it is 26 1/4 inches there. And on the back, 27 1/8, just like the side. And again here, it's probably going to be closed. 27 1/8. That's very good. Okay. So this 27 1/8, the side panel, make sure this is 32 inches as well. Yes, 32 inches. 32 inches. Okay. So, from the interior, we're going to put the plywood from ours on the side of the base piece to cover the edge of the 2x4 and the base piece. So it's going to be outside. So we're going to do the inside to inside measurement after I take out the centerpiece. My apologies.
You're apologizing to yourself. You're the only one that's going to see this.
I think the centerpiece was attached from the base as well. It is.
With staples.
With staples. Yeah, not even well put in. Woohoo! centerpiece is going right here. Note the centerpiece was the interior height. "26 inches from the base to the top of the centerpiece is the height. I think I said 26 and 1/4 here, 27 and 1/8 here. Okay, so those dimensions, write that down. I see how they put this in. They put a blocking piece down on the side that they ripped. They also attached that with staples to stabilize the centerpiece. And that centerpiece is 26 tall by 26 and 1/4 and 27 and 1/8, and it's shaped
Are we doing all of this tonight?
like that. Huh?
Are we doing all of this tonight?
Almost done, actually. Here's one side of one shelf. The other shelf was missing. We're probably not going to put a second shelf back in here per instructions because that other shelf was not being utilized. They're actually using the space. This is 25 and 1/8 inch by 25 and 1/8 inch. So it's exactly square shelf. We're just going to do, we may actually build two shelves, but not really utilize more than the one. And then this piece right here was actually, notice this was inserted here, and on the other side, we're not going to do that. We're going to set this on top and attach it to the base. Probably going to do a pocket screw situation. Something, ugh, he is getting on me. Buggy. Okay. Oh, that's not funny.
No, that's hilarious.
Spider webs. Ugh, I hate them. Okay, so we're looking at 53 and 5/8 from edge. Are you doing that wrong? Come on. It was off. Is it in? No. Here.
It is in. It's not popping back out.
It's
And you got it
53 and
crooked.
a half. It's 53 and a half, side to side. By 27 and 1/8 inch. That's the base. Base 53 and 1/2 by 27 and 1/8.
Note, this is where your math problems come from.
Why?
Because nobody uses this but construction workers and math teachers.
I'm really good with this kind of stuff.
It's boring.
Just don't ask me to do algebra. It's problematic. Alright, so this exterior piece from edge to edge is going to be, this is for the facial piece, it is going to be 50, really, you know what we're going to say, it's 54 even, it's like an 1/8 off, but I think part of that may be because the cabinet I pounded out part of it here. So we're going to say that's 54. So what I said, 54. And it doesn't matter. It's actually a good thing to overhang just a slight bit. So we're gonna say 54 wide on the two. Oh man, if I do that, that's problematic. Okay. So let's see. Hold on, back up, because I'm gonna put corner edge pieces on. This is actual 2-inch problem. That's actual 1x2. I don't even make that stuff anymore. I mean, the wood itself is just a mess, but that's ripped to 2. Centerpiece here is what? So this is 50 from here to here, with the actual 2-inch on either side. This here is, it's not quite 3 inches, it's 2 7/8. The centerpiece is going to be right here. Centerpiece looks like it's going to be 24 even. I'm too close to the face. Yeah, 24 even. So we're gonna have 24 in the middle. This end is gonna be 28 on either side, and then the centerpiece will be 50.
I think you mean 20.
It's gonna be roughly 50, actually.
Oh, I thought you meant the little nub thing in the middle.
No, the numb thing's actually gonna stay the same because I'm gonna put it in between. The challenge is I gotta do some figuring because this cabinet's not gonna be quite as, I don't know, maybe a little higher. Maybe a little bit higher. So this is 24. This is, what did I say? This was 28. This was 50. Yep. Yep, and then the side walls. We have those sides. The side wall I'm figuring is going to be not quite. That's 28. Challenge we've got is this piece right here. It is.
Hi.
Hi.
What can I know what this is all about?
Yeah.
You're rebuilding this cabinet or something?
Yep. It was falling apart.
It's got
under
gook
the
on
weight
it.
Of the butcher block.
Okay.
7, 6 3/4.
You just took it upon yourself to do it?
And Wise got permission to
okay.
buy the materials and
okay.
bought all the materials.
That's really great
To
of
do
you to
all
do
that.
that. That looks like it's nice. Really,
I think
this.
that was 6.
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't go back with junk.
Oh no.
That's press board. That's part of that, and the fact that it was
Which part?
That the whole thing.
So you're
was press
replacing all this?
board. The whole thing.
Wow. And what's it going to look like afterwards?
It's going to be the same size, but
That's
it's
good.
going to be on casters, so
Hello?
it'll be mobile.
I'm sorry, no. No, you told me to tell your mother to call you. Okay, didn't you tell me to tell her to call you? Well, that's what I told her. Okay.
6.5 off of the ground with the caster.
What?
Finished doing the.
I mean, the school lets out early on Friday. I think they're done 2:30 or 3. What?
No, this. Okay. I was gonna take this the rest of the way more.
I don't know. I'm not involved with this. Is Rabbi Khan. However, he wants it clean. I don't know anything about that. That's up. That's between him and his whoever he's working for. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is way too confusing. It's hard to go do this over the phone. Well, I think we should do this in person. Okay?
1/8 with the.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I got a plumber here who's waiting on me, so I got. We can talk about this. Okay.
Did he just call you a plumber?
Okay.
It's 32
Okay.
total.
All right.
Dude, the video on your phone is so good.
So is it gonna be plywood on the outside, or is it
Yep.
gonna? Okay,
There's
so
the
it's gonna be
material
raw
right there.
plywood.
It's gonna be real
No
plywood.
raw. I said raw.
It's gonna
It
be.
won't be finished.
It will be finished.
Oh, great. That's
It'll be
great.
stained and multi coats of urethane, polyurethane.
Oh, great.
So,
So you're
it will
gonna
be
duplicate this cabinet?
hopefully
Better.
better.
Well, it's probably about 40 years
Yeah.
old. It's got to be
It's
better.
amazing to me that it held up this long. I don't think it's 40 years old. It's plastic and staples. The only thing that's holding it together is staples, and it's
I mean,
press
they
board.
bought this. They didn't, somebody, right? I mean, that's a...
Likely they bought it, but it's laminate doors
Look at all
over
that
press wood.
Garbage in there. It's like it's been in there for...
So this cabinet's still working. The one that's
Oh.
here is not moving. It's not a problem. But this one's the one that when you stood at the table, it went like this. So the whole thing was ready to cave in.
You probably have a good hand, because I
It's
sure would
also
never in
leaning.
a million years attempt to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'll have this
I mean, I
done.
see that. It's real thick stuff. That's
Yeah,
good.
it's 3/4 for the sides.
And isn't this green stuff? Isn't that
That's
different than the white
yeah,
stuff?
this is pressure treated, but
Yeah.
I did that for the base because it's a kitchen.
Oh, you mean
and
for comes the water floor might get
Just in
the,
case,
the
yeah.
bottom might get wet. Okay, great. Wow, you deserve a lot of credit if you pull this one off.
Okay, I'm just gonna disassemble the back. Let's hold on before I do that. Let me measure. I'm not gonna be able to measure this. Hold on. Did I say that was a full 54? Let's say this is a 54 across the back. Back brace.
Can you read your own handwriting?
Yes. Top and bottom to brace the Luan. And then I'll put another one in between. Yeah, because I have the 1x4. 1x3s. I'll rip that down if I need to. And I'll put one in the middle here. One in the middle here. Yep. That's it. You can shut it down because I'm just going to be banging now. Banging the walls apart.